Get their mics
How
and
come it's
settle
red?
in.
Well, there you go.
It's on. Yeah.
That means it's on?
Yeah.
If I could ask everybody to make their way in and we'll start shortly.
Good afternoon, everybody. We would ask all elected officials and any SAOs that are the sole attendee from their community to come up to this table, please. And anyone else, we would ask that you stay at the round tables. This doesn't mean we don't want to have you participate, but
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I would like to ask the Yellowknives Dene drummers to start our conference with the opening prayer.
Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Yeah, we're the Yellowknives Dene drummers. We're all drummers from the Yellowknives Dene First Nation from Deda and Dilo. Yeah, we're the traditional stewards of Chief Dragi's territory, the homeland of the Yellowknives Dene First Nation. We're happy to open this up for you. We're happy that you came here to visit us and discuss issues that are important to your communities, but also to share this space with your neighbors all around. So to start you off in a good way, we're going to sing a prayer song, and yeah, we hope you have a good meeting today, and we hope the day earlier has been good, and we hope things go well going forward in your communities. Again, bless you for coming. see.
So good afternoon and welcome to our 60th annual general meeting. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are gathered on the Chief Dry Geese territory, the traditional home of the Yellowknives Dene and the ancestral lands of the North Slave Métis. To those who participated in today's professional development training, welcome once again. We are grateful to the Department of MACA for their generous sponsorship of today's sessions. For 60 incredible years, we have stood strong as an organization, growing, evolving, and making a lasting impact every step of the way. 6 decades of dedication, 6 decades of innovation, 6 decades of people coming together with a shared vision and turning it into reality. Reaching 60 years isn't just a milestone. It's a powerful testament to resilience, passion, and purpose. It represents generations of leadership, commitment, and progress that have shaped who we are today. From humble beginnings to where we stand now, every year has added to a legacy we're proud to celebrate. And the most exciting part, this 60-year milestone isn't just about looking back. It's about launching forward with the strength of our history behind us and bold ambition ahead. We're energized for the next chapter. Here's to 60 years of impact and to an even brighter future still to come. We welcome old friends and staff as well as new ones who have joined us here today. And a special shout out to our previous CEO, Yvette Hayden, and Ron Dene, who was the original manager of NSIP. It is my pleasure to introduce the Board of Directors of the NWT Association of Communities, Vice President, Cities, Towns, and Villages, Deputy Mayor Mike Kaiser. Yes, please.
Okay.
You can see who you are.
Hello, everyone.
Director, Cities, Towns, and Villages, Mayor Ben Hendrickson, and Councillor Kathy Tetzel. Vice President, Charter Communities, Hamlets, Toledo Government, and Community Governments, Mayor Pat Klingenberg. Directors, Charter Communities, Hamlets, Toledo Government, and Community Governments, Mayor Ray Rubin. And Tammy Steinoan de Chambeau is not here today. She's busy with the new grandbaby this morning, so very excited for her. So at this time, we'd also like to extend our sincere appreciation to those who served on the NWTAC board in 2025. Your leadership and dedication to Northern communities are greatly valued. It is also my pleasure to introduce the NWTAC staff who are here to support you over the next 3 days. So our Chief Executive Officer, Sarah Brown, to my right. Senior Finance Officer, Yvonne Fleming. Silent but deadly. Communications Coordinator, Brad Heath. Back corner. Manager NSIP, Shirley Fontaine. Where's Shirley?
She's gone to pick up.
Oh, not available.
There, sure.
Oh, there she is.
At the door back there.
Another silent but deadly. Insurance Program Coordinator, Michelle Ortiz.
There's Michelle. Just
There's
There she is,
Michelle.
yeah.
Partnership Facilitator, Mickey Elrich. She's hiding.
Mickey was right there.
Climate
There
Change.
she is.
There she is.
There she is. There's Mickey. Big wave. Climate Change Community Liaison, Krista Domchak. There she is. And Policy Consultant, Sheila Bassi-Kellett.
Way in the back.
There she is. Our team is here to assist you in any way we can throughout the conference. We encourage you to stay connected with us beyond the AGM. NWTAC regularly shares information about funding opportunities, conferences, engagement initiatives, and other important updates. If you are not already following us on social media or subscribe to our e-newsletter, we invite you to sign up today. Please speak with any of our staff members to join our Facebook, YouTube, e-news, and X, formerly Twitter platforms. The NSIP scavenger hunt begins tomorrow. Be sure to review your annual report, then visit Shirley or Michelle with your answers to receive your next question. The draw for the scavenger hunt will take place on Saturday at 1 p.m. So we have important work ahead of us over the next 3 days, and I look forward to connecting with each of you and to a productive and successful conference. So next on the agenda, a welcome from the government of the Northwest Territories. And Mr. Gary Brennan.
Thank you, Mayor Jameson. So I'm here on behalf of Vince McKay today. Minister wasn't able to make it. He's tangled up in session here all week. He wanted to pass along his congratulations on the significant milestone. And he also says that he'll be here later on tonight and again, whatever his time allows over the next few days. So good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the government of the Northwest Territories, it's a pleasure to welcome you all to the Northwest Territories Association of Communities 60th Annual General Meeting. 60 years is something to be proud of. It reflects decades of partnership, advocacy, and the dedication of community leaders like yourselves from every region in the territory. The work that the NWTAC has carried forward over those 6 decades continues to strengthen our communities and support those who serve in elected roles. The GNWT has been proud to work along the NWTAC throughout its history. MACA has provided longstanding financial support to help the association and host this AGM and deliver services that benefit community governments across the territory. Looking around the room, and there's a lot of familiar faces and that many more unfamiliar faces to me, being relatively new in this role. You know, I know that the value of the conversations that take place here, I can see how this supports help create opportunities to work together. All of our communities face similar challenges and opportunities alike, and sharing that knowledge in this room is important. This space provides a gathering to provide a space to share ideas, set priorities. Oh, I've been told to move closer. I usually get told to talk slower. Gatherings like this provide a space to share ideas, set priorities, and talk openly about the challenges and opportunities we face. I encourage you to make the most of these next few days, participate fully, listen to one another, and take advantage of the experience and the insight in this room. Once again, congratulations to NWTAC on 60 years of leadership and service. This milestone demonstrates the organization's deep commitment to the communities across the Northwest Territories. I wish you a productive and meaningful AGM. Thanks.
Thanks, Gary. Next, we welcome from the city of Yellowknife, Ben Hendrickson.
Thank you, Mayor Jameson. So good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of the city of Yellowknife, welcome to the 2026 Annual General Meeting of the NWTAC. The city of Yellowknife acknowledges that we are located in Chief Dry Geese territory. From time immemorial, it has been the traditional land of the Yellowknives Dene First Nation. We respect the histories, languages, and cultures of all other Indigenous peoples, including the North Slave Métis and all First Nations Métis and Inuit, whose presence continues to enrich our vibrant community. This year is a special one. The NWTAC celebrates 60 years of bringing NWT communities together. For six decades, this organization has been a place where leaders across our territory share experience, advocate with one voice, and support one another through challenges to create new opportunity together. When facing those challenges and supporting new opportunity, resilience in our community has always been at the heart of the NWTAC. Over the last few years, our communities have faced wildfires, floods, evacuations, power outages, housing pressures, new and old infrastructure demands, and the continuing impacts of climate change from Sachs Harbor to Fort Smith, from the Mackenzie Mountains to the Nunavut border. Through all of it, you all always step up, coordinating response, supporting one another, and rebuilding. That resilience doesn't come from any single community. It comes from the strength we find in one another. When one community is hurting, the others show up. When one community innovates, the others learn from it. When we speak and advocate together, our voice is stronger. From a personal and Yellowknife perspective, I'll say that if you are struggling, we struggle too in Yellowknife. When your communities are strong, ours is strong. This AGM is a chance to carry our united voice forward beyond this room. To the NWTAC staff, Sarah and your team, thank you for your dedication. To the rest of you, thank you for your energy and your commitment and the passion you bring to your communities every day. Welcome to Yellowknife. Welcome to our city. Welcome to your capital city, and have a great AGM. Thanks.
Thank you. Next, a welcome from Detta and Dilo. I would like to welcome Councillor Jeff Rosnowski, hopefully I didn't slaughter that, to bring greetings from the Yellowknife Dene First Nation.
No, you did a good job on that. Usually a lot of people botch that. Must see. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jeff Rosnowski. I'm a Delo counselor for the Yellowknives Dene First Nation. I was born and raised in Yellowknife in Delo, and I'm a very proud member of the Yellowknives Dene. Our chiefs are away attending to other important matters, and they send their warm regards. I'm certain they would much prefer to be here visiting with all of you today. On behalf of the Yellowknives Dene First Nation, I'm happy to welcome you to Chief Dragi's territory, the unceded traditional homeland of our people since time immemorial. We're glad you're all here today. It's a real honor to help open the Northwest Territories Association of Communities as you celebrate the 60th annual general meeting. 60 years of bringing community governments together is something to be very proud of. That kind of staying power says a lot, and it matters because your work you do every day keeps our communities running and connected. It is also important to pay tribute to those who were influential in shaping the association over the years. 60 years is a lot of time, and a lot of Northerners put in good work to get us where we're at, respectfully. Yellowknife stands on our traditional lands. Even the city names comes from our people, Dene, often known as the Copper people. Long before municipal governments or territorial federal borders, our people were governing, traveling, harvesting, and living right here. Today we share this space, the roads, the services, the businesses, and the opportunities. Most importantly, we share responsibility for the future of the North. At Yellowknives Dene First Nation, our priorities are clear. We're working towards economic independence and long-term prosperity for all of our members, while protecting the land, the water, our language, and our culture. We strive for development that creates real opportunities for our people. We want strong local workforces and strong community wealth. And we will always stand proudly in our territory, grounded in who we are. Across the North, we all know the challenges are real. Rising costs, infrastructure pressures, geopolitics, labor shortages, and economic uncertainty. Meeting these challenges takes practical cooperation and real partnerships amongst the different governments. Reconciliation isn't just a word we say at the beginning of the meetings. It's something that we should work together, how we share benefits and how we respect the history of the places we call home. Community governments across the Northwest Territories are essential partners in all of this work. The decisions we make about planning, infrastructure, and growth directly affect peoples whose lands these developments are traditionally on. Strong collaboration between Indigenous and all levels of governments isn't optional, it's necessary. Our recent memorandum of understanding with the Chateau government and the government of Northwest Territories is an example of how projects are being reimagined, proposed, planned, and executed. Over the next few days, I encourage everyone to keep the conversations open, practical, and forward-looking as you help shape the future of the Northwest Territories, our home. Once again, on behalf of the Yellowknives Dene First Nation, welcome to our traditional territory. We hope your time here is productive and a lot of good discussions, and you leave the AGM feeling energized and about the path forward. And again, Masi Cho, everyone, and welcome, and hope everyone enjoys themselves. Masi.
So our next speaker will be delivering a warm welcome as the Deputy Commissioner of the Northwest Territories. This may be her first time joining us for our AGM. Please join me in extending a heartfelt NWTAC welcome to the Deputy Commissioner of the Northwest Territories, Miss Abby Cook.
Danse, Masiga, and Mautagapian. I just thank everyone that I get to join this wonderful hardworking people. We don't often see that, but I don't, and I'm really honored to be here. So good afternoon to all Indigenous leader, your worships, counselors, dignitary, invited guests, friends, and colleagues. It is truly an honor to join you here today as you gather for the 60th AGM for the Northwest Territories Association of Communities. As we celebrate this milestone, it's important to also reflect on the 6 decades of collaboration, leadership, and shared commitment that continues to strengthen all communities across the territory. In 1966, when these leaders from Yellowknife, Fort Smith, Hay River, and Yuvik came together to form this group, they aspired to do exactly what you continue to do today, 60 years later, and now 33 communities strong. As Deputy Commissioner, I can proudly proclaim my roots and my heart are firmly connected to this territory. It brings me pride to see so many dedicated leaders gathered here with a unified purpose. Our communities and the people that call them home are the backbone of the Northwest Territories. It is our cultures and ability to care for one another and the land we call home that feeds our resilience. Over the past several years, we have seen the strength of our communities and residents in action, coming together during difficult times like the evacuation due to wildfire and flood. Also through joyful times like volunteering to hold and relaunch festivals that were impacted by the pandemic and are such vital parts of our community celebrations. Communities are where the work of governance meets everyday lives of the Northerners. Your work shapes the daily lives of residents and a long-term trajectory of our territory. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge that dedication required to serve in municipal leadership. It is a role that demands patience, humility, courage, and above all, heart. Throughout my own career in the North, I have seen firsthand that leadership in our communities is deeply personal. Local leaders are not distant decision makers. You are neighbors, family members, and community champions. You are the people children look up to at hockey games, who residents stop in the grocery store with their concerns, and whose family turn in times of need or celebration. Your work takes place not just in council chambers, but in rec centers, school gym, at local events, and in the quiet moments where someone seeks reassurance, information, or understanding. This closeness of community is the defining strength of our territory, and it is something I've always cherished. Since some of the lessons shared by the commissioner in the previous NWT Association of Communities, AGM still resonate today. Make opportunities happen. Trust your instincts. Do not be afraid to take risks, and be creative and unique in your approach. These principles remind us that leadership is not simply administrative. Today, I would like to add to this list. As you move forward in your leadership and collaboration, embrace humanity, meet people where they're at, adapt and grow together. The strongest community work to elevate every member. Throughout my life, I have been privileged to meet residents in many of our communities. Each visit reaffirms what I believe wholeheartedly. Our communities are filled with incredible people, people who care deeply for one another, who rise to every challenge and are committed to building a future that honors both tradition and possibility. People like all of you here today. Each of you brings something valuable to this room. Together, you bring an immeasurable strength to the Northwest Territories. Thank you for your service and your commitment to the Northwest Territories and its residents. I wish you a productive, collaborative, and inspiring 60th annual AGM. Ganaskumten Masi.
Thank you. So just a couple of notes. If you have an auction item from your community, please make sure you bring it to one of the staff members today. The annual loss prevention scavenger hunt, I think I'm repeating myself here, officially begins today and ends at the morning nutrition break on Saturday. Make sure you join us tonight at the reception and auction, which will be held here in the Caribou Room. We encourage you all to participate there, as there are great prizes to be won. So moving on to business. So adoption of the agenda. We will now move to the adoption of the agenda. The agenda was sent out to you February 19th, 2026. I will require a mover and a seconder. It is a document with the caribou on the front cover in your conference package. So looking for a mover, Garrett from Yellowknife and Barb. Oh, thank you. Any questions?
I think we might take a moment to talk about cards.
Oh, you want to do that? Okay.
Yeah, and holding up their name.
But I gotta move on. Seconders.
Oh, yes.
Okay, all in favor? Perfect, thank you. Okay, I'm just gonna take a minute. Apparently there's a bit of confusion about our little voting cards, so I'll let Sarah explain that.
Thanks very much. So as you registered, or we found you upstairs in the Mayors and Chiefs boot camp, you would have been given voting cards. Those voting cards are based on the size of your community, how many cards you have. It is the mayor's discretion. We do not want to get in the middle of that debate about how those voting cards get distributed. And so hopefully you have a discussion with your mayor about who gets the cards, and we may be asking you to do that. The other thing is these are pretty tiny. We'll ask if people are wanting to speak or vote or move or second, that you hold it up and you say your name and where you're from.
Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, I was just gonna mention that my eyesight isn't what it was, but this is crazy. I'm not gonna be able to. I know a lot of you, but if you wouldn't mind stating your name and where you're from into the mic, that would really help. So moving on to the next item is the president's report. So the president's report is attached, and I will need a motion to accept the president's report.
No, you read it.
Oh,
They didn't get it.
oh, sorry, they had it. Sorry, guys, I guess you have to listen to me talk more. Closer?
Booming voice.
I know, Mike was saying I don't have a loud enough voice. Okay, I'll try speaking louder in my mom voice. Good afternoon and welcome everyone to our 60th annual general meeting. I'm pleased that so many of you could join us for this landmark event. Over the past 60 years, our communities have faced and overcome many challenges together, and with your continued support, we will confront today's political and economic challenges. Over the past year, your NWTAC Board of Directors and staff have worked to address a wide spectrum of issues, including emergency preparedness, wildfires, riverbank erosion, housing and homelessness, energy security, northern infrastructure, and cost of living, and much, much more. Our association has advocated on behalf of our communities through numerous federal and territorial consultations. Territorially, we continue to stress the importance of the need for the GNWT to increase the overall funding provided to communities, to complete and implement the updated funding formulas, to commit to indexing community government funding, and continue to build and support community capacity. All of our board have been participating with MACA's review of the Emergency Management Act, which the last few years has demonstrated the importance of. Our engagements with the federal government have driven home the NWTAC's message that strong, resilient communities are foundational to Canada's nation building, sovereignty, climate adaptation, and economic transformation agenda. Through our many meetings, we have demonstrated to federal officials that Northern realities require dedicated approaches that are flexible, portfolio-based, and community-led. Infrastructure and housing are enabling conditions, not standalone asks. Sovereignty and climate resilience depend on thriving communities, not isolated federal assets. And that municipal partners are essential implementers with unmatched local insight and on-the-ground capacity. Some of the key outcomes of our advocacy efforts include expressed support from the federal government for dedicated northern housing and infrastructure streams. Federal officials are also strongly aligned with our northern perspective that community capacity is central to Canada's sovereignty in the north. That to achieve this goal, Canada and the north need dual use and enabling infrastructure such as the Mackenzie Valley Highway. The federal government also shares our concerns over supply chain disruption resulting from climate change and the urgent need for emergency management readiness by communities, industry, and national defense. Through our advocacy, we have successfully positioned our association as the unified voice of all 33 NWT communities. And we have demonstrated how investing in community governments directly advances federal priorities and facilitates the federal mandate to build infrastructure at speeds not seen in generations. In closing, I would like to thank NWT communities again for their support of the NWTAC. The strength of our association lies in the partnerships, collaborations, and advocacy work done through and with local, territorial, and federal governments and organizations and the support of our members. I would like to thank the board of directors and the dedicated staff of the association for their ongoing work and support, and I look forward to another successful year of working together. So, looking for somebody to move that we accept the president's report. So Barb from Enterprise, seconded by, oh, sorry. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so next, moving on. We're looking for a motion to adopt the 2025 AGM minutes. The 2025 AGM minutes were sent to you February 19th, 2026, and can be found in tab 2 of the delegates binder. Looking for a motion. Keith, Councillor Dowie from Hay River.
Can
second.
I, with corrections to the president's report? It says Ray Rubin from Paultuck, not Paulatuck.
Oh, that's the AGM minutes? Good catch.
Yeah, right there.
Do I have a mover and shaker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a second. Peter. Oh, yeah, Peter Clarkson.
Susan
Okay.
from Electric. Okay, all in favor? Perfect, thank you. Motion carries. Okay, the NWTAC financial statements can be found in tab 3 of your binder. The financial statements were sent to your community on February 19th, 2026. The board of directors reviewed and approved the 2024-2025 financial statements on October 22nd, 2025. Today, we present the financial statements to you as our members as part of our AGM business. As you can see from the auditors, Avery, Cooper and Company independent auditors reported the non-consolidated financial statements of the NWTAC present fairly in all material reports, the financial position of the NWTAC as of March 31st, 2025, and the results of its operations and cash flow for the year 2024-2025, ended in accordance with Canadian accounting standards for our organization. So some highlights to the statements. Contributions to special projects. For the 2024-2025 year, we initially estimated $1,093,776 in contributions to special projects. Actual revenues totaled $3,452,021, reflecting a significant increase due to the successful implementation of several new initiatives and strong staff efforts. Key contributing projects include the following: the Government of Canada Community Mapping Action Plan, INAC Building Foundations, Climate Change Risk Partnership led by staff member Mickey Ehrlich, and Climate Change Preparedness in the North led by Krista Donchek. FCM Wildfire Preparedness Conference, and the Government of the NWT Anti-Poverty Roundtable. Remaining funds from the prior year were returned, and Healthy Living Projects returned previous funds and launched a new project, Cool Clean Air Project for small remote communities. GNWT Other Projects, Planning Conference, Bibliography of NWT Community Geotechnical Investigations. Now that's a mouthful. I tell you, I'm still fighting this cold. Community land-based planning and wildfire preparedness workshop. Disaster Mitigation and Adaptation Fund, one of our most significant and ongoing initiatives. This is a federal program. The increase in total revenue is primarily due to the growth of these projects and corresponding funding. Administrative recoveries. This includes funding from the NCIP NOR6 program. We budgeted for an additional position to begin mid-year. However, the start was delayed. So we remain optimistic that this position will be filled in the current year. Core funding. Core funding remains stable and unchanged from the previous year. Annual general meeting revenues exceeded expectations, supported by strong engagement from our long-standing business partners. The event generates a net surplus. Membership dues. Collections remain consistent through some communities continued or follow-up. Investment income performed better than anticipated, and supportive membership. No significant changes were noted. Revenue remains stable year after year. Into expenses, AGM costs. Expenses increased slightly due to the larger event, but overall, the AGM generated net income. We also found a significant increase in catering costs post-pandemic. Salaries and benefits. These costs decreased slightly due to staff departures and an unfilled position during the year. Board travel. Costs increased modestly due to advocacy days. The board approved the use of surplus funds in June to support this initiative. And bad debt and outstanding invoices related to HSS remain. Outstanding invoices related to health and social services remain unresolved. Discussions have been held with Sarah and our auditor, and we will follow up directly with the relevant departments. As the financial statements were approved by your board of directors on October 22nd, 2025. If you have questions, we will gladly answer those now. But first, we require a mover and a seconder to receive the 2024-2025 financial statements of the NWTAC. Looking for a mover. I got Peter Nuvik, seconded by Mike Crevette. Look at that. Okay, any questions? Seeing none, all in favor? Awesome, thanks, guys. Motion carries. The next item on the agenda is a presentation of the 2026-2027 budget. The budget was approved by the board February 10th, 2026 during our board meeting and sent to your community on February 19th of 2026. As you can see from the 2026-2027 budget lines, the numbers have not changed much over the last number of years. We will highlight the following. Difference in contributions to special projects. This number may change throughout the fiscal year depending on new projects arising. We know we already have a number of special projects, some including DMAP, community mapping, riverbank erosion, risk-based partnerships, climate change, and preparedness in the north. The NWTAC continues to work with our partners to deliver the programs that our members will benefit from. If there are no questions, I will need a mover and a seconder to receive the 2026-2027 budget. So looking for questions off. Start there. Need a mover. Garrett from Yellowknife. And Keith from Hay River. Any questions on the budget for next year already? Wow. All in favor? Thank you. Motion carries. Boggles my mind, 2027. Oh, I get to pass this over. I believe.
Yes. To Ben and Kathy.
Ben or Kathy.
Kathy's leading the show.
I'm on the show, Honorable Mayor. This is the first call for nominations, and I'm just going to go through the process so everybody's clear. This year, the position of president and vice president for each caucus, that is cities, towns, and villages, and chartered communities, hamlets, Clecho government, or community governments are up for election. The position of president is voted on at large. The president shall hold office for 2 years following the annual general meeting. The position of vice president for each caucus shall be elected from the membership within that caucus. Members within caucus 1 shall elect the vice president for cities, towns, and villages. And members of caucus 2 shall elect the vice president for charter communities, hamlets, Clecho government, or community government. The vice president shall hold the office for 2 years following the annual general meeting. Please remember that you can be nominated for more than one position. For example, if you want to run for president and you are not successful, you can run for vice president. There are 3 elections. The first is the election for the position of president. Once that is announced, we will move to the election of vice president for each caucus. First call for nominations for president and vice president for cities, towns, and villages, and charter communities, hamlet, Clecho government, and community governments is this afternoon. Second call for nominations will be conducted tomorrow morning. And third and final call will be conducted Saturday morning at 8:45. That's pretty early, eh? So be there. Please remember that the president is elected at large and vice president shall be elected from or by the members within the caucuses that they represent. So that is caucus 1 is cities, towns, and villages, and caucus 2 is hamlets, charter communities, Clecho government, or community governments. The 2 delegates with the most votes for cities, towns, and villages, and hamlets, charter communities, Clecho government, or community governments will serve as the vice presidents for their respective caucus. Elections are scheduled for 11:30 on Saturday morning. Staff members can provide nomination forms. The nomination form will require the following: the name of the person, the name of the community that he, she, or they are representing, signature of the nominator, signature of the seconder, and signature of the nominee and the date. So you will see the staff wandering around where you can get those nomination forms, or they could be on a desk in the back or a table, right? Or over here. We changed the location from last year, over here. Each day, the names of the people running for the positions will be posted for everyone to view. Over here, on the wall, over here. We will make the call for nominations 3 times throughout the AGM. Once the 3rd call for nominations has been called, the nominations will close and elections held on Saturday, February 28th, 2026 at 11:30 a.m. Please hand your nomination to me or a member of the NWT staff before 9 a.m. on Saturday, February 28th, 2026. I just want to add that you can also hand them to the other person to my right or on this table who will be wearing one of these wonderful shirts with their name on it. So good luck to everyone, and I will turn it over to the Honorable Mayor of Yellowknife.
I get the easy part. So we now have the first call for nominations is now open. We have the first call for nominations. First call for nominations. Just getting in everybody's head today, really. First call for nominations. So with that, I'll pass it back to President Jameson. And remember, we'll be doing this again the next 2 days.
Thanks, Ben. And Kathy, so don't forget the Women's Caucus Breakfast, which is scheduled for tomorrow at 7:30 in the morning. You want it early, Kathy. And it's upstairs in the Links Room on the 4th floor. So breakfast will be provided. And please join us back here at 6 tonight for our opening night reception and auction. It's a huge night of fun and it's all about to happen. So make sure to bring those wallets and we hope to see you all soon. And great job, guys. We're out of here early. We'll see you all tomorrow.